Well, here we are back in the shed. I'm Rick from Growers and Smokers. You see my shirt? I was rapping today at, the town halls that Larry McGuire was setting up this week. The first of one was today, which we just got back from. It went on a little bit lengthy because I've got a big mouth. I think they got that picture today. But it went very well. They've got some really weird things. There's one item there that's red flagging everybody that I'd like to kind of bring to you guys. I'm just getting some of my medicine ready because I haven't been able to medicate because there were police there, so I was afraid that they might have singled me out and wanted to test me if I had any THC in my body. So I figured I'd try and cut down on the amount of THC that I was consuming before I went to the program. But now I'm going to consume it again because I'm not going anywhere. But what they're trying to implement, and it's not even for pot right now, part of Bill 46, C-46, is giving the police the right to randomly and for no reason whatsoever is to give you a breathalyzer test. Now, hey, I'm all for getting drunk people off the street, absolutely. But read between the lines. Do you know what this is? If they let this go through, then they're going to be able to test you for pot anytime you damn well please. This is just the opening for it. Come on, let's not be blind here. Why do you think that they're trying to push this in here? So in the middle of this big pot regulation, they're trying to slip in this little tidbit on how they can pull over people randomly and give them breathalyzer tests. Why? What's the purpose of that exactly? I don't quite understand what that has to do with recreational cannabis when they're talking about they're not going to be able to do it with cannabis, but they'll only do it for alcohol. To me, it sounds like they'll get their foot in the door, and once they get their toe in the door, they're going to kick that bad boy open, and then they're going to say, hey, we can test you anytime we want, for whatever we want, whenever we want. And guess what? Part of that is taking a blood test. Like, I don't know how they're going to get blood out of me, but I don't know. I'm not letting anybody stick any needles in my arms or take any of my blood to see if I'm intoxicated or not. I'm sorry, but I don't even stick needles in me. Like I would let some idiot stick a needle in me for a stupid reason like that. I don't know. That to me, it's I don't know. I'm questioning that one. But anyways, otherwise, legalization, it's coming. We already know it's coming. There's no stopping it. It's here. It is going to be before Canada Day. That's no doubt at all. They could legalize it right now if they wanted to. The only reason that's delaying it because they're trying to fine tune all these little laws and rules and all this kind of stuff. You should come out to these meetings and voice your opinion because they are starting to talk about implementing charges and criminal offenses and stuff like this and how much the charges will be and all this kind of stuff. But it just so happens that they always like to talk about how bad cannabis is, and I don't understand why they keep on talking about it so negatively when they should be talking more about the benefits of it. Yeah, I don't know. They're comparing it to alcohol, but it's nothing like alcohol. They're comparing it to cigarettes, but it's not really like cigarettes. So I don't think that we should be lumping this into these other things because it's not the same thing. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges, right? So I don't know, this whole thing. But otherwise everything seems to be okay. I don't have any real issues with any of their legislation. I think they need to talk to a little more experts, a few more experts. I think you've got a whole bunch of blind people calling the shots. I don't mean that literally. I mean that like figuratively. They don't know anything about cannabis, and they're trying to make the rules for people who do know about cannabis. I think they need to be talking to people who know a lot about cannabis. I wouldn't ask my doctor to grow me vegetables. So why would I ask somebody in the legislative grounds to make laws when they've never consumed cannabis? Makes no sense to me. I don't know how you can give somebody the authority over something when they have no idea about it. It's like the same thing about they gave the doctors the power to prescribe cannabis, but they didn't educate them on cannabis. Makes no sense. But that's the way... I guess that's the way the government runs. Well, that's the way it's going to go, I guess. But anyways, have yourselves a good one. It's Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to make my rounds tomorrow again to try and visit Larry McGuire as much as I possibly can. Like I said, I've said before about myself, you might not like me, but you'll never forget me. Anyways, cheers, peace, take care, happy medicating.